Here we are for the first of our women's quarterfinals, where we've got Gitte, Haxen and Simone Alipieva taking on the top seeds Carla, Touly and Dominguez. It's the first of our quarterfinals here on the centre court in this fit silver, the Archery Bull Paddle Cup. Very excited. I think it's the first quarterfinal that we've been commentating on and streaming. And what a match we have ahead of us here. The top seeds. So Ana Dominguez in the orangey of the two colours, Carla, Touly in the red. Bring you more information about them as the match goes on. Gitte, Haxen and Simone Alipieva, the Danish pair. I'm excited for this match.
An early confidence boost, taking the first game and swapping sides, knowing that you're going in front. You've got nothing to lose in this game, so I'm sure they'll just enjoy it.
Good choice of the bows, and what a nice early smash this yesterday afternoon. So it's great to have both of the co-founding pair coming and sitting with me. You're here all weekend as part of this first in UK paddle. People for the paddle directory that you're particularly excited about, maybe some of the international players even.
For sure, networking never stops, even on a Saturday afternoon. And
paddle never sleeps, eh?
For sure. No obvious tactics taking place yet.
Couple of displays of good smashes to start us out. I mean, look
at
at that, Gitte, Haxen again.
Lots of power on show.
Nor's in Italy. It was a good experience for her.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the brilliant things about paddle. Once the game starts, it doesn't matter what you've done before or rankings. It's just a battle on court, and like we've seen today, the French pairing that just played Louis and gave them a real battle. Beat Medina Murphy yesterday. They came here with little to no points and nothing really on paper, and put up an amazing fight and almost two huge upsets.
She touched the net there, didn't she? Just. I think that's what we've seen quite a lot in the matches, because they're so close at this level, particularly as you get into quarterfinals, semi-finals.
It's all so fast and happens so quickly. You have split seconds to make a decision, and consistency. Touly on the right is really setting up the points nicely, and what's noticeable, she's also got the power to finish a point when the opportunity is there as well. An amazing defense.
We'll see how it develops.
Mentality is massive in paddle, and it can change so quickly. Once they do get on the front foot, I'm sure we'll start to see them assert. But right now, the Danish pair are playing some amazing paddle. You're on the full defense, but certainly not here.
I was trying it through the legs there. I would just tell them to keep going. Keep doing what they're doing, it's working.
For sure. Touly did well to hold her serve there. They were love 30 down, and I think that would have been a big shift in this game, but to come back and win that, level playing field again, and I'm sure the longer it stays like that, they will start to feel more confident.
Really well played there from Haxen.
Continue to hold their serves and just wait for an opportunity to break. This first set could be really interesting.
Great play from Ana Dominguez, but really well recovered there from Gitte, Haxen.
Amazing shot.
I mean, sometimes you hear people describe a boast as a last resort. You're running away from play, you haven't necessarily got your feet round, but that's just shown that it could actually be a winning point. Gitte, Haxen is absolutely on fire up at the net.
Haxen just looks like she's got her range. She's finding the back of the court, she's finding the side of the court, and it's millimetres away from the side each time. It's putting them under an awful lot of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Carla, Touly there just trying to mix up the shots a little bit.
Went across to the Haxen Cup in January, and in a stadium they put sound effects, they dimmed the lights, and they even had a heartbeat noise going, which really added to it.
Hey, that's where we'll get to.
For sure.
Mark our words, we'll have.
Lovely shot there.
Next game in the set.
They don't look phased.
Nope.
They haven't changed body language. They haven't changed anything in their demeanour. They're fully in this game, and they know that. I think they know they're underdogs, so they're just enjoying it. But they'll still believe they can come back in this game, especially with the start they made.
Technique, and there's no real playbook to a lot of it. Has a great smash there from Haxen. Another great smash from Haxen, but well blocked there by Carla Touly. And almost very casually they take the set. Apart from the break points here, the points won, the maximum points won in a row is relatively even. It's more just they really took advantage of the breaks when they had them. So we're back in the second set if you've just joined us.
To this sport, and there's lots of layers to it. We've got lots of great contacts that all want the same thing, and we just want paddle to become really prominent in the UK. We want main events to come here. So things like a podcast discussing influential figures and showcasing events.
Yesterday about, you know, the perils of talking about paddle as a job, but then your relax time, everyone also wants to talk about paddle. From George as well.
George is great, and I've never met such a young man with such work ethic. Every minute he's awake. But he's been brilliant, not only for the directory, but a lot of the events that he runs for the community, and he's well known in the sport now, and quite rightly, by different projects and different things. Yeah, he's a real great guy. It's a good start here. Back to the game.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting distracted. We could talk about this all day.
It's they've made a great start here just to get to 1-1 and make sure that the second set doesn't get away from them, because that can sometimes happen, a bit like the end of the first set. One of the first two occasions that it happened, and I think that'll be a massive mental boost, not only for them but against the Danish pair if they keep getting the chance of love 30 and all of a sudden they hold their serve again. So this is a big point.
Nice play there from Dominguez at the net. That ball goes so high on the lob from Haxen.
Great backhand.
Great play from Alipieva in the corner.
Finished well.
And again, strategy might be, I think at the beginning they might have said they wanted to maybe avoid the ability for Haxen to come in on the smash, and
of this height, you and your partner start to look at each other and want to point the other side, not want to take it, especially when the serve is strong.
Great smash from Dominguez.
Lovely shot.
Really, really well played from Haxen.
Lovely shot. They can stay in control of this service game. It would be a massive boost for them. Keeping the net well.
And some other big matches going on as well. We've got Jaime Lobo and Alvaro Salgado playing against Manu Knowlton and Carlos Rodriguez.
Just want to mention the Promises event that's also taking place today, and seeing a lot of the juniors and younger players, the standard that
And take it to 3-1.
they just look like they're loving every single minute. They're playing with a smile on their face. They're not phased at all. Even when that first set got away from them, their body language just didn't change, which I think is such a big asset to have as a team, especially with what happened last time. At 3-3, it felt like a big shift. So if they can hold this and take a 4-2 lead.
Great
start
smash.
to the
Simone Alipieva once again on fire. Paddle, they said, I think there's a minimum height requirement that an indoor court has to be at least 7 meters. I think this one's about 10, so giving them even more room than some other venues might have. But of course, it's different to outdoors when you can just go a bit wild with the height.
Sure. We're very fortunate in Bristol. We've got 4 of these venues that are in warehouses, and all the ceilings are different height. Depends which court you're on too, with certain things like beams. But this is one of the better ones, and just watching this rally here, they're holding their own.
It's an awesome rally
on the defense, but they're getting everything back while still staying in control.
I'm so impressed by the reactions here of Gitte Haxen from Denmark. Great block from Alipieva, right into the corner. It's one of the longest rallies and most impressive that we've seen as well. Neither pair wanting to mess up.
Unlucky there.
And there's Carla Touly, she's applauding. Even she's, credit where credit's due. They're making it incredibly difficult for the top seeds.
Just checking the score, the crucial one. There's a chance to win it. Touly's done well. Nobody wants to take too much of a risk on such a big point.
Another brilliant rally though. And it is.
Sometimes it happens, it can switch. Sometimes you just have to get through this round and show it in one of the later rounds, but you certainly need to be a little bit careful here. They've got a big challenge on their hands over the next couple of games and possibly even a third set.
I think as well, having 2 tough matches in a row sometimes and consecutive days of tournaments can just really tire you out.
With a 3-4 hour wait that you can sometimes have, maybe even longer depending on what the games are doing, that can be quite tiring, and you've got to be able to switch off and relax just to conserve energy. You could quite easily be here for 12, 13, 14 hours in a day.
Can't tell, but they've made it 15 all. Good smash from Dominguez, but really, really well blocked from Haxen. Just clinching the net from Haxen. And it obviously works so well for them in regular tournaments, is more about their discipline and their all-rounded play, building up the rallies and moving around the opposition, rather than maybe finding one of them always in the best position for the win, which is interesting. The FIP silver, £18,000 in the total pot, which is not all about the money, of course, but that's one of the reasons that we've managed to attract such top talent here. And 2 of them out here in the court as well. In fact, 4 of them. And we've got Carla Touly and Dominguez, the top seeds in this competition, both inside the top 100 in the world. And they are playing against the Danish pair, who are playing absolutely phenomenally, unseeded, really within the top rankings in the world, but putting up an absolute fight and a show for us today. I mean, we're hoping by this being on Padel-TV as well for the first time, it's a step change in, even if you can't be here, you can watch, and that.
For these next 2 points, 40-30.
Maybe that's it. I think the Danish pair, they're not afraid of making mistakes. They're taking quite a few risks that the majority of the time are paying off for them. And this is a big point here. If they can take it to 5-3.
They're on the front foot. They've got control of the net. And when they've been here before, they haven't lost many points from this position.
Great smash.
For sure, and I think a lot of people have the impression that the left-sided player has to be more aggressive and more powerful, but certainly more now than ever before. There's players on the right-hand side can also demonstrate their power, and Touly's done that.
Haxen serving in the second set. Could be their chance here to serve to win the second and take it to 3 sets. Which I think the performance of the Danish pair probably deserves in this second set against the top seeds here.
I couldn't agree more. They were in control of much of the first set until the last 3 games, and they've been on top in this set too. This is a big game now. Need to keep the momentum on their side, get that set in the bag, and then they've got a free hit in the third set. The rallies just seem to be getting longer and longer as the game goes on.
I know.
They can't really find any weakness in either armour at the moment.
No, look at this.
Trying everything. What a shot.
Oh, and it just goes over from Carla Touly. That was so well recovered. And I would say in this rally in particular, I think both pairings are using their lobs really well, and they've managed to find the sweet spot of maybe not quite on that one, but well recovered.
Every time it looks like a point's going to be finished, they somehow find a way to get it back, and it settles for 5 or 6 points, and then we see another.
Whereas I think if you play this well, it can be very strategic.
Just take this set point in. There's an example of an amazing lob, and just put them on the front foot. They've got control of the net. It's a big moment in this match. Double-handed backhand.
There goes Dominguez, and they can't put it away.
Done really well.
Look at that volleying at the net. And they'll take it to 5-all. It was big, and I think, we've spoken a lot about Dominguez through this match. Here for me, she's almost a different player to what we saw at the beginning. She's stepped up. Look how aggressive she is. She's on her toes, ready, particularly in the volleying, displaying some real class. And maybe it's just taken a couple of points to feed that confidence. Look at that.
I think
and again.
Touly's been
back to the centre court. Scoreboard as it's 1-7.
We're on serve, and in tiebreak it's so important to hold that. The first break point in this is going to be massive. Danish pair will just be hoping they can win this one. That's just going to creep in. They're on the back foot, but can't quite seem to finish it off just yet. But there we go, 2-1. I think this is their biggest chance, being able to break. Although Dominguez, there's no clear sign of who's going to take control.
Really nice spin on that from Haxen. Great cross-court play from both Touly and Alipieva. Touly on the offensive, leaving the space for Dominguez on the smash. We'll continue. Here with this tie break, we've drawn in the crowd certainly to come and watch.
Showed great etiquette just to carry on in this 4-all.
And
still on serve.
Absolutely nothing separating these two apart in the second set tie break.
That's a great defence from Dominguez there, that not only has kept them in the point, but now led them to win it.
Quick gap.
5-5 on their serve. It's a bit tense. Nobody's really taking a risk. It's such a big point. Tentatively creeping towards the net, both pairs, but
Great defence from Dominguez.
here could be the shot. Touly just got the net. This is massive.
Massive from Dominguez when it matters. I would love this to go to a third set. I really think the Danish pair deserve it after their performance in this second set in particular. But we will see.
Great defense. It's kept them alive.
Good block.
An amazing lob. Not going down without a fight here.
Absolutely not. I'm so impressed by the attitude of the Danish pair here.
Dominguez and Touly have just... Oh, and there's the winner.
There.
What a way to win it too.
I mean, what a shot to win on. You're absolutely right. Massive hugs for both pairs and big smiles all round, which I think, you know, are so well deserved. In the end, the story is that the top seeds have beaten the unseeded Danish pair who just don't have as much experience as them. But what a second set in particular, especially from the Danish pair. I think they were fantastic at moments. They were so disciplined. I mean, not actually that much separating the two. If
It
you
was
look at it on the
incredibly
stats.
even. Just watching that game, there was... You never knew which way it was going to go.